take their chance.
And historically as well, Hope and Caliste both loved the Ezreal. Ziggs is taken off the board. There goes that Poppy as a reflex from the last series, I'm sure, but also the tournament. Nocturne going to go through as well. Reminder, Jhin has also been great with a lot of these Syndra comps and Jayce comps. And speaking of, Jayce is still available, while AL do not, or rather AG.AL do not want to give over that Ezreal to KC.
With also another draft, I can pull it up on second monitor.
Secret as well for KC. Caliste has shown what caliber of an AD carry he can be on that particular pick.
Jayce
and
is
now,
up.
is it Cassiopeia? Is it the Jarvan? Is it the Syndra? It is going to be the Jarvan locked in for Flandre right here, which means that the Cassiopeia I'm expecting to go over to KC.
Jarvan, most big jungler of the tournament as well.
Yeah, that looks like a complete free win for BLG, if I'm going to be honest, though.
Syndra is available.
That looks like a complete free win.
Side note, Varus as well as an option that can also fit into the
I see Binga Jayce into Cassante.
For now, Casey thinking about what they want
Viktor into Cassio.
I feel like Camille is also pretty early in the rotation for KC.
Smash from Kaiser is kind of interesting, though. Well.
Into Camille sort of situation right here
You
for
like
KC.
root beer? I never had it.
Take it away from the double wall that Jarvan creates with it.
Canna Jayce.
Canna Jayce invites Flandre, Yorick.
Most likely himself. We have seen that
100%.
very rare occasion where Jayce might just end up in the jungle at this point, but it's a very, very rare occasion as well. Again, I am expecting to honestly see the Cassiopeia right here. However, kyeahoo played a really sick Akali, so they might even be looking for that counter pick.
It's always there as an option as well. Anivia for setup might also be there.
T1 stomped, actually. They didn't beat them, they stomped them.
For himself as
like, they beat them to a pulp.
This is blind, no support, no AD carry. Interesting from KC that they set up a blind mid.
It was a complete
smackdown. I'm a little bit worried from KC because a lot of the times in the LEC they locked in their tops of the map super early and got countered on every single one of them. I feel like Shanks and Flandre have shown the caliber of players they are in their traditional lanes on the 1v1. Flandre with so many weird picks in his back as well. Could definitely pull out something like a Yorick to go up against Canna's Jayce here.
That's also true.
But again, Jayce could be a wild flex into Yike's jungle as well. So we'll see that Varus getting locked in. Another flex.
I truly wonder, though, if this Viktor on the side
I think a bit of both, Howley. I think the T1 played well and actually really speedran their demise in these games. They got out-drafted.
But the setup so far, Jarvan, Varus, is it going to be that Camille we talked about? Are they going to play for lane dominance, or is it going to be the matching of mid here so that Shanks doesn't lose those options that we enlisted before?
Knowing Flandre right here, this could very well be a Varus top lane going up against the Jayce. I feel like it's a pretty fine lane.
Or he's Shen again for like the third time this tournament.
I mean, AG is just triple flexing right here. Sorry, double flexing.
Yeah,
Jarvan is gonna come
the classic in the meta, isn't it?
But it could be Kael on the Shen, or it could be Flandre, and then traditionally it could be Hope onto the Varus or Flandre. So KC are going to have to make a really big call right here. Traditionally, you do not want to pick Camille down that bot lane when Shen is on the other side. A lot of people have been saying, not necessarily a counter, but it can flex around the map really easily and follow up that Camille. It is going to be the Naafiri for you.
Yeah, so who's going to follow that up? Because so far we've got a bit of poke. We've got a safety net built by the solo laners, and now dive built from Yike. He needs follow through. Side note, Flandre's only played Shen this tournament, so if that's not a Flandre Shen, I would laugh. As we're going to get more of the answers now, of course, as well as we do find out in these next 10 seconds where KC are going with bans. No bottom lane picked up for them, but there's no support on the side of AG.AL either.
I feel like KC right here have built a lot of range with the Viktor and the Jayce. They just need somebody to engage this fight, or disengage rather, what AG.AL will be throwing their way. And with the Poppy being one of the many disruptors permanently banned almost in this tournament.
But did they change the logo? It's this is their basically their team.
Well, but I would like either some hard engage, so they
this is the team that they are under, you know.
To start fights themselves in their own terms.
I think Jayce beats Shen in lane, but I have to say that Flandre is very special on the Jayce.
Poppy would have been really nice as well. For now, Camille's going to be taken out, so that's one thing that can help with that dive. Bard taken away by KC themselves. Busio, this split, his Bard hasn't been super exceptional, but it is still a comfort and a favorite for him. Regardless, though, doesn't want to give it to Kael with that Varus, which is very well put here. So again, what is the final option going to be? Camille's already taken away. Another engage piece. Maybe it's going to be the Nautilus ban here, Trouble. Just something that could follow with the Naafiri.
Nautilus, Rell, I wouldn't be surprised maybe to see even
Leona
Seraphine,
range.
even though I do not want to see Seraphine down bot lane for Caliste and Busio.
Caliste needs some beef here, bro. They need some beef.
Maybe something
Leona
like
Camilla's out.
Super aggressive.
Shen can pivot into support into Nautilus easily.
Could potentially work. He's very
Just don't know how KC complete their comp here, guys. You go Rell, you give Kael a free Alistar or a Rakan.
Yep.
I think you're going to have a hard game, Sunny boys.
Part of the engagement
You are
needed
cooked.
for KC's comp. But I do worry
I think
about the
Rakan is better
2v2.
than Alistar against Viktor and
There's
Jayce.
been a lot of roaming at this tournament at MSI. It's been all about those level 2s, those level 3s, getting impacted mid. We were talking about that set lane as well a little bit before. The Cassiopeia has been left up and available. The Viktor was picked optionally into what was going to most likely be the Cassiopeia.
Nah, teams are taking this tournament very serious. It's just that
Shanks gets
teams
comfort or one of his best.
That's pretty much
teams' ability to perform is very varied.
And Varus are still going.
It's not a surprise at all that T1 decide to smurf out of all tournaments here. Because they are the #1 team in the world at dealing with bullshit.
I think it's going to be a Shen top. It's going to be a Shen
And
top. I mean,
this
Shen
tournament
versus,
logistically is very
Jayce
tough.
Feels nice. Flandre comfort.
Very, very
Flandre on a
tough.
pick that can actually hold down the fort.
That's the Varus and the Cassio mid into Viktor. I really don't like how AG.AL kind of rounded off the composition.
In this game.
Cassio and Nautilus in this spot doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Into Cassiopeia, Shen would
I don't like it.
So difficult. You're a very short range AD carry. Having to make your way through so much CC would be a little bit scary, but the... Oh my god, I thought the Syndra got locked in there for a second.
It might be.
The thinking about it,
There's going to be Syndra mid and then Viktor bot.
It as get actually locked in right here.
It could also be the Viktor bot. We've seen it from T1. Viktor bot could have been the long run flex that we've seen this whole time. Let's just see where they swap because the Syndra versus Cass.
AL is on big comfort picks, yes.
Viktor in the bottom lane versus Varus. I mean, look, to me, in this mage meta, it doesn't always feel that great, no matter what lane you're going into here, into that Varus.
I think that AL is just them, you know. I don't get a KC vibe at all from their draft. Is the bullshit around EWC YL Chile look so bad? When I say bullshit, I mean specifically it's like teams played finals literally 4 days ago, guys. The MSI finals was 5 days ago. Then they fly, then they have content. You know all this beautiful content that they filmed? That's the players did it, you know? The players did it.
Yeah, who gets the Syndra? That's the
I don't think they had time to practice. I don't think they have time to adjust. So some players adjust well, some players don't. Depends on the person. It's a skill. It's genuinely a skill. And I think from T1 side, their year-round schedule is so goddamn busy that this is just a Tuesday for them. It's the same at the World Championship. Guys, hear it from me. I have been to Worlds 4 times. You have scrim cancellations. You have to deal with illness. You have to deal with, with media scheduling. Let me tell you, for example, the last time I was at Worlds was 2022, okay, with Fnatic. We had 2 players that were positive for COVID, so they couldn't fly. We had to play with a sub. We arrived at location. We have 3 days of scrims booked. Okay? 3 days of scrims booked. First day we arrive, we don't have a PC room because PCs are not set up. Second day we have, our enemy doesn't have PC set up. DRX at the time didn't have PC set up. Our PCs were 50 ping, 50 FPS. They were lagging. They couldn't fix them. On third day, we managed to have 3 days of scrim.
It is completely one-sided here.
Upset arrives, so we play with Upset as ADC, and then we play with Rux. And we have to isolate, because at that tournament, we, once again, had a false positive COVID test. We play the qualifier, all that jazz.
When you are the underdogs running into one of the best China has to offer.
And then, the day after we play the play-ins, we have to fly from Mexico to New York. We arrived to New York, very rough flight, very rough travel. First day, media day. Next day, we could scrim, but then it's just, should we rest? Should we scrim? Like, what's the best angle here? Right? So your durability in these moments, you get tested. You get really, really tested. You also, on top of that, you might be in situations where sometimes there's nobody to scrim. There's certain worlds in certain countries, in certain continents, when there's nobody to scrim. KT and T1 leading up to the finals didn't scrim.
Shanks is moving his mouse like crazy, and no one else is.
G2, in preparation for World Finals, played against an NA McDonald's team that apparently was so bad that they just got dizzy. They just got completely dizzy.
I scored 13.
13. Where were you aiming?
You one shot. Dude, okay.
There's 60
so all I'm saying is, some tournaments you get tested on very, very unique skill sets. And I think those skill sets, T1 is much better than everybody else. This is their biggest strength. Their form of experience and their form, their ability to make the right decisions with very limited data. That's what makes T1 so insane. They lean into what they're strong on and then they clutch up. That's what T1 is goated at. And EWC has a little bit of element of that, you know? There's a little bit of element.
I'm saying it only the other day. It was because of WE's miracle run that they went to the lower bracket, then BLG took them out cleanly. They have a tendency to go over-aggressive. But against KC, will that matter? Good little dark and dagger to start off from Yike.
G2 scrim Team McDonald's, and then they pick Pike mid into Lisa and Nautilus. Like,
what's really going to go well for KC right here is that they do have champions that can actually force.
And people are gonna listen to what I just said and say, "Oh, you're just downplaying T1." I'm not. I'm really not. This is insane that they do this so consistently. This is really insane. All right, I favor AL because I just think that their team makeup really likes the draft they're in. It's a very, very AL draft here. So let's see it. KC is playing a draft like they are prime Gen G, bro. They need to do like insane spacing, insane poke, and all that jazz.
He can really be a dog to his laners, but he can also be that carry jungler himself. Sounds very basic, but when you know AL junglers, it makes a lot of sense. Crush down comes through from Busio. Kael's completely fine here. Caliste just steps out of the way, and behind the minion wave, the power of this Viktor is he doesn't have to step into Nautilus range consistently.
All right.
Shanks, down mid lane, has landed a few Qs.
Canna has been really good at this tournament.
We also saw
Canna's been really good.
To owner. You back, you grab the extra long sword, and now you're ready to fight. You have the extra item in your inventory. You've got the extra pot in
They have this logo AG.AL because they want to collect points to AG. You know? They're representing AG and they want to collect points for the club championship. There's probably some kind of connection there.
Shanks looking for it yet again.
Why would you put Caliste on AP when enemy ADC is ass? The thing is, Hope is ass in the context of Gumayushi, Pays, and Viper. Not in this context. Hope has been rather good this year for AL.
Super fast clear out here from Naafiri. Yeah, it's gonna finish that jungle really quickly, of course. Tarzan is one.
Can't underestimate the guy.
With a long sword in his inventory. However, they are both
regardless of the challenge of this tournament, the KC can definitely, you know, earn some name, you know.
He's gonna push out that last minion, and both AG.AL and KC are looking at that first scuttle crab down bot lane.
HP advantage for Caliste. Hope is on the wrong side as well, not there yet. We look towards mid because Tarzan's going there. Scuttle given over. I think Hope's HP bar was a deterrent that KC knew they had the upper hand.
I do think this will be the least Lila game ever, bro. Two very soft teams in how they approach. It's like AL is the least LPL team that you have ever seen. Out of the LPL, obviously.
Never be of any impact in that river. They decided to go a little bit more slow and steady, which is very characteristic for Tarzan on Jarvan, in particular with the extra power in the inventory. As
I just woke up. What the hell did T1 eat before their match? I don't know, bro. Cereal laced with meth.
Oh, that dredge line close. You can see Kael is shifting angles through this brush, trying to find Caliste, but Busio being the best friend, really hovering around in front of his AD carry as Tarzan looks top.
Trying to shadow right here for
Niggas, troll them, bro. Just watch the games. Watch the games. My video is gonna come out any moment on YouTube. Just watch the games, bro.
A big wave into potentially dive on Shen, which is never easy. However, Naafiri has W, and when timed correctly, it can work into Shen.
Isn't Caliste on Viktor really bad? Yeah, it's not sparking joy. Doesn't KC counter slow teams? Not necessarily.
slow pushing.
Ouch.
Casey counter teams that are bad at team fighting.
Pushed in before Tarzan made a move. Next wave going to be hard chopped as well. Flandre will TP back in. And as Canna does that,
Doran did good. Yeah, Doran did really well. He almost did a mad one in game 2, almost. But
AG.AL early game.
He steadied the ship. He steadied the ship. God bless him.
So much respect due to Casey having so much pressure down bot lane and top lane. They know they do not have their lanes to move really quickly. Plus,
had a very good Jayce game.
For the time being, if you're an AG.AL,
The Renekton game was just calm and collected. He did his part.
Try and make plays.
Good game from Doran. Is this BO3 also? Yes. Only BO3s today.
That global opportunity that Flandre now has is Trouble just pulled out.
Doran has the highest peak and the lowest low pro top laners.
He's picked up a Kael as well.
You're saying Doran has the highest peak? Let's relax, okay?
Top laners now without the summoner, but again, that advantage of the Shen ulti is
let's calm down.
Dragon might be the next Porte call. Yike is looking towards his bottom side. That's the third scuttle spawn. It is going to be in front of the Drake. For now,
there's a mountain in Sweden that is like, I think like 1 or 2K meters high. Kebnekaise.
Trying to contest right here. They're both gonna pop.
You saying Doran has the highest peak of all top laners is the equivalent of me saying Kebnekaise is the biggest mountain on earth.
69 games now picked up. Just under his Naaf by a game.
When you literally have
teams in the LEC will not give Canna Jayce for this reason.
They're playing for the dive. Look at Yike diving behind that wall. They will be spotted right here.
Oh, but the health bar is great.
But if Yike actually times the W correctly,
Mount Everest right there, you know.
Dodges the Shadow Dash, Dark and Dagger #1. He's going to run on the turret, and that's a danger point here for KC. They're not going to complete the dive, instead pressure off and back off. As Yike tries to zone off Shanks, we come back to
maybe top 3 peak.
Tarzan has an ult advantage. Yike also knows that he's up here, as I believe a bit of information was gathered on the travel up.
That's a bit unfortunate right here from Yike. He wants to be ahead in terms of CS and farm.
I feel like the biggest difference in this matchup, that's the Varus ultimate, that's the Varus ultimate. Busio lives. Hope it's Q on again.
Gets level 6 on the minion, and the R button is pressed.
All right.
Really nice aggression from the bot lane for AG.AL. They're going to shove the wave. They're going to back first as well. And then Tarzan is going to be heading towards that bottom.
Higher peak, there's a lot of top laners at higher peak than Doran.
So that is his natural pathing anyway. Now
Pony, Reaper, Smeb.
Behind with that attempt for a gank towards the top side of the map.
Flame.
Quite a bit of the time.
Magnum.
Also heading towards the top side. Canna slow pushing that wave. He's going to choose to crash it right
Marin.
now. Tarzan will get spotted. Might play a little bit of disruption.
The Shy.
Onto that Jayce.
369. Zoom.
Inside his jump.
Also backs
PDD,
well
Go Going, Khan, Nuguri, Wunder,
grubs up in 30 seconds, top side a bit of a priority.
Binga.
Scatterwig not going to connect, and Busio just going to travel. Maybe back towards that bottom
Not
side.
P. Diddy, PDD.
They're both heading towards that mid lane. I feel like because that mid lane wave was not pushed.
Baus, Jahu, Moist Critical.
Saying this, the second they
Barack Obama, Sparky 12,
Kael feels a little bit more confident to walk up, clean down that vision.
Tyler
and,
1,
Yike knows that I feel like
Drew
both
Toot.
sides of the map is off limits for KC currently. They've got it all locked down. However, AG.AL know this as well. So
Own a
they're going
pixel.
to contest over the top side of the map.
Bit of extra items on point here for Tarzan. Pickaxe and longsword for Yike.
Carry out top lane.
Tunnel and longsword and crystal plus the moat.
Just forcing them off.
And he's going to force them off. That's Kael looking for an angle as well. Busio going to have to face check. Shanks with the petrifying gaze, waiting, trying to lure them in. That's one scuttle picked up. Yike now trying to trim off the hedges off this left side. You can see Canna has prior. Is it going to matter?
Yike.
Channels are going to be used. It's not Dredgeline into a dog.
That's the combo. Yike didn't get flash on time. I feel like he could have flashed, no? I feel like he could have flashed.
Playing with their food, I feel like, right there. They were trying to toy with Yike.
All right, nice stun from Caliste Criminelli. He even gets a plating. Look at that, bro.
But they were better. Caliste now.
Pure Reset is ready for hope. Alright, Caliste Criminel. Okay, Caliste Criminel. Gets the flash on Q. Hope flash too, so Caliste found a way to survive that. That's crazy.
At 9 minutes, man. 80 carries get bored. There is no action, and now they're both gonna show up a Trevor with no flashes. But let's look at the
Insanity.
fight that happened at the Void Grab. Yike walks up, tries to charge
Incredible that Caliste lived that.
on the smite on the Void Grab, but stays around because he knows that his top player is first in the river. What he didn't account for is that it doesn't matter because Shen can just ult and make the play.
Call the pack was nice for the initial engage, but then Shen rocks up, and there's nothing that Yike can do against Flandre, who opens with a kill. Minimize that gold cap that...
I feel like Doran's peak still happened during the road to MSI, bro. Road to MSI, Doran, last year was incredible.
That is because of how Caliste has been farming, how Canna's been holding that lead.
What a legend Doran was.
Still on the menu, and AL.
Do you think they'll try to remove mages from bot lane?
Pretty confident here to contest around as Yike.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, AG.AL had
maybe, yeah.
Waves. Caliste was
I think the way they will do it is that they will nerf roaming supports. That's what I'm expecting. They will nerf roaming supports.
AG.AL are gonna have to forfeit that one over to KC.
Like, they will not nerf bot laners, but they will nerf roaming supports. That's my prediction. They're gonna nerf all these supports that leave lane level 3 and never come back, bro.
kyeahoo with the Syndra, it's kind of the power of it, the pressure through the lane and the quick wave clear has been leading to some success. The ability to move first, KC on the board. And it is a big objective. Cloud's coming up next. It does feel like as well, the game's going to stagnate for a little bit longer too, just until we get those first items. And I mean, we have a Jayce, we have a Varus in the game. You know, Shen as well. Voltaic Cycle Sword picked up by Yike. I mean, those first items are...
They will remove mages from bot if Pace can't play them. Also, they would do it 2 weeks before World starts. Hashtag conspiracy. Shout out to AG.AL
Cassiopeia will get her own one later on. Nautilus, Jarvan, Shen.
Paid for by FIFA. I mean, Riot Games.
So really
Tencent.
nice pickup right here from
AG.AL
gold lead on his own, about 30 CS up.
I'm kidding, of course.
The Shen, which is a very normal CS difference to have when you are playing this matchup right here. However, Flandre will pick up his first item as well. It is going to be the Titanic Hydra, and Tarzan will claim yet another crab on the top side river.
Yes, he will. Just going down from KC, maybe to try and find a pick out. Everyone posturing. Flandre's open in the bottom lane as Canna uses time to reset. Looking at them aggressive. Dreadfun's coming in because they know...
Alright, combination in the nation. Yike still has flash.
Rooted is Busio as well.
Where's the Jayce? Where's the Jayce? We need backup from the Jayce. He's in the bot lane, open bot lane to catch a wave.
Playing around that ulti timing so damn well.
Yeah, and that was worst case scenario for KC, for Flandre to get the kill, because...
AG.AL and Porte Genji, who can't win worlds, yeah.
Caliste stuck underneath the tower. No TP to get out. Oh, sorry, no flash, no TP.
CC chain on Caliste Criminal. Remember, he has no flash from before. Oh, that Varus ult was nasty. Damn, Caliste just became arcane.
Home thought he had it with the last auto attack.
He became arcane.
But the tower was too ramped up for AG.AL to keep tanking. Caliste gets out.
He became arcane.
Somehow, some way. Top tower is still going to be under threat, but at least Caliste...
Honestly, the fact that Caliste is 0-0-0 in this game, it's actually, bro, is just Captain Jack Sparrow in this game.
Flandre made that taunt flash stick.
Ooh, we're getting the Caliste POV right here.
Look at that, bro. Right. His future is bright.
Flash taunted right there from Flandre. Or taunt flashed, rather. Dodges the initial Q from Hope. And that's how he stays alive.
Lucky man.
Or... mega skill.
I mean, he did click left and right.
Watch out, homie. One of these Hope Oz might hit you.
That's not wrong.
And a Varus ult is one of the most disgusting things.
Almost with a third or at least. Sending a 3 over to AG.AL. We've got Herald in a minute 45. That's the next lookup. Second dragon as well of the game.
Yo, Finn, thinking which is tier 1. Appreciate that.
We already talked about first items on the board. It feels like everyone's caught up.
All right, what is the point of entry for KC? They're keeping even in gold. It's mostly just Caliste and Canna holding down the fort with their CS leads, which is nice. And also Caliste had his role quest finished earlier, so he just had that gold influx.
To the shopkeeper eventually to get it before those 2 neutral objectives spawn. It is going to be of pivotal importance right
Mario,
now. However,
I cannot change you.
First item spikes have come through.
I have no other striker, Mario. If enemy make bad call, no reaction.
But you know what I've loved so far
if enemy player try to taunt you, no reaction.
Their aggression until Flandre has his ulti up again.
No contact, only play on the board.
But as soon as Flandre gets his ult,
Minute
in about
46.
30 seconds, let's see how it changes.
Red card.
Especially that timing coming around Herald. Flandre safe to play with that TP on the bottom lane. Granted, AG.AL don't overstep.
Mario, I cannot change you.
Establish some vision down there with 1 minute on the clock, and I will agree with you. I feel like AG.AL have been using that Flandre ult really well timed. They're using it in between the timer of the objective and
Serpent's
the
Fang.
timer of the objectives to take control. Now,
Mario, what are you doing?
Bottom of the map, however, he's going to be around the play in general. No flash though. For that
I'm hyped to see Mourinho in Real Madrid.
So
Very hyped.
Make the same plays. 5 seconds on that ult.
Deshae, I cannot change you.
Kael first. You were mentioning Shanks' item choice, or rather his lack of building that first item. We can't see it right now, but he still hasn't backed to get himself that Rod of Ages. Overloading Flandre.
Alright, Canna TP's bot to keep the tempo up. I kind of like it considering everyone else is on tempo. Rell is ready to play. Rell! Rell! We should be here. We should be diving this dude right now. Rell mozzarella marking so Viktor can play the game, I guess. Don't know how good that is. I really don't like the KC setup, guys. But maybe they can get away with it. Q flash misses from Busio. Flandre. The Nautilus ult on Yike. Varus finally lands an ultimate. Caliste flashes the Q damage though. He flashes the Q damage. Tarzan with the EQ out. Good fight for KC. And that's hope gone. Damn. Alright, Caliste just wants to win, bro. The fact that he didn't die a single time, flashes the Varus Q last second. Caliste is blessed in Paris.
They take that bot lane tower, a bunch of platings from the mid as well. Caliste is rich.
And that looked like a horrible fight for KC, especially when Flandre
looked so bad because Rell was arriving so late.
We'll get a replay in a short hot sec, but as you said, 4v4 trouble, there were no mid laners to speak of.
They get the flash off of the Naafiri first, and then the flash of the Jayce, so the initial engage completely fumbles from AL. Once they engage, they cannot re-engage. They've already used their cooldowns. So Caliste sees that opening, walks up, puts down his ult, and then just bunch up underneath it.
Caliste criminel.
Used. Caliste, surprisingly,
carrying the flame for KC. Respect. KC actually get a dragon too. I'm still, you know, Caliste surviving all these moments was so important for the game.
Already with the lead, now finding even more success as he holds the gold value too. AG.AL going to start off this Herald, but KC with the item advantage want to fight.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Shanks has his Rod of Ages finally.
And now we have to ask the question, will AL be punished for the fact that they picked Cassio, Nautilus 4-5?
Happening right there. Shanks gets his Rod of Ages completed 17 minutes in.
Took a while for him to pick it up. Flandre without an ulti though. AG.AL don't feel confident fighting. Herald's going to be given up even on full vision.
You think with KC and G2 performance at EWC or G2 jet lag after MSI? According to Perks, G2 is just trash.
Flandre is alone on this turret, but there are no TPs from
so,
KC. So Khan's going to have to take
so not sure.
down, or at least give up a lot of plating here on this turret.
The good thing here is that KC know exactly the whereabouts of all AG.AL players. They've got wards on the top side of Tarzan's jungle, so they did notice both Cassiopeia and Jarvan walking up in there. So they are free to walk into Fog of War, and Canna can take the shortest route towards the bottom of the map to try and catch as many minions as possible. So a really, really nice
G2 is trash, no clue why I got hired. I got debated thinking it would be chill. That is one way to summarize that, Mitch.
That Herald mid is a very feasible target right now. Top as well. A long lane here for Canna as he pushes up. Tarzan is on the bottom side of the map. There's not vision that extends into the deepest parts of that jungle from KC.
Perks just with the most honest interview of all time.
So trouble, as you said before, all the shields. A lot of value being added here by the lethality users of KC.
Importantly, Dusk and Dawn completed as well for Flandre.
Game condition.
He has been the recipient of all the kills for AG.AL. Not sure this is the
KC
best,
looking good, guys. KC looking good.
However, we've seen
I do think that the Cassio Nautilus added a lot of risk to the game, but KC has found a way to actually team fight well with all these champs on their team.
We expected KC
Respect to them, bro.
The OG way to try and open up middle.
But Tarzan hovering over the side. Kael as well with the Hex Flash. Herald's going to go down. Yike presses the W now, waiting for the flag and drive. Troubleinc gets a dog. And the stand united was used. Thumbs up from 2 players at KC because they know that's
tower mid, tower top.
Anyone's legend.
Huge bait right there from Yike. Tries to take the Rift roll, but he turned around, so it died whilst the players were hitting it. Ends up stuck in the middle of everything, and AG.AL sees as an opportunity to potentially strike back. Wasn't quite the case, and a very important...
They saying this was Dylan's idea. Dylan was like, yo, Perks, honestly,
very close to not being up.
I hate this team. Like, just take over, bro.
There, but if only just. Baron's
I'm out
now as well, for what it is worth for the fans out there. And I think KC, every time they see that Shen ulti used, there's this sigh of relief that, you know, kyeahoo has been playing sides, can continue pushing. Canna can do the same. He's not matching this Shen, which for the most part he has been. But just knowing that it is strictly a 1v1 with good vision tracking is really nice here from KC. Yike clearing away some of that defensive vision from anyone's legend. As the blue buff attempted steal, he is going to resume after the patience goes down, depending on if he's scared of Kael and Tarzan moving down. Scout of the week. Shanks
the most aura thing of all time is for Dylan to win without caps. That would be the most aura thing of all time.
TP's going to be used. AG.AL getting support. Shanks gets petrifying gates. Nice on the
Alright, Shanks is fighting back. Caliste comes here with the burst, the taunt, the root on Varus. Canna connects. Tarzini. Oh, KC, not like this, KC. KC, you have to have more respect for what your draft is. You need to poke, you need to play the range, you need to play the entry, never play for the finish. It's a horror for Karmine. This is a 21-minute Nash, guys. AL have no damage. They ain't got the facilities for this, big dog. I think they might just lose the game here, AL. Caliste. Caliste criminel. Tarzini's gonna fall. AL is trolling. Holy moly, look at the Nash DPS. Hope going into Nash range as well is getting spit on. Oh my days.
But it'll taste all the same. The dog running forward, ready.
BUG lost game 1? No way. What's this tournament?
Doesn't need to connect. It's KC with a bombardment of blood.
Summoner's Rift turning blue. KC
Jesus.
What looked like a great gang on the top side of the map into a very sad team fight for them, almost losing the Baron.
Fantastic outcome for KC in the end. AL trying to do a 20-minute match. Look at Caliste items.
Let's watch this one more time.
He's got Rabadubia.
Super long lane with a super immobile champion.
Now KC just need to not do all-in plays. There's no all-in plays to do. Like, just don't give them value. Poke them, poke them, poke them. Trades are good. Trades are good. Chip away at their HP bar. Never all in. And then you win this game, KC. You win this game.
Straight into that backline. This looks like a fantastic fight for AG.AL. But they stick around Baron for too long. They don't have the damage to take Baron down super quickly, which means Tarzan and Kael tank them.
AL just tanked Nasher for the longest time.
It's crazy. I mean, if Caliste
calmest KC fan right there.
That'd be a very different story for KC, but the teleport in, he returns, and the Provincial Sun at a 2.2k gold lead now with Baron buff picked up as well. Excuse me, Rabadon's death cap. Baron has not been taken. That is next on the menu, of course. Dragon, another story. KC have picked that up in the replay. So at Soul Point, now the game feels very much in their hands.
My predictions have been ass today, bro. My predictions have not have legit been the opposite. Ayo, find the turn on Jayce. Jayce falls. Why is KC fighting so quickly? Maybe the gold gap will win them. Viktor's doing so much damage, but Viktor is in arcane.
Is a problem, but can he get near Caliste? Fly forward with the arrow.
Caliste wins this, no? Q cooldown's coming up right now. Q. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Caliste criminel with the death cap. Look how much damage he's done. Brilliant.
Wins another 1v1 versus Hope. On no other than
There he goes. There he goes. Caliste MVPing it.
Now 7-0-4. That's a 3-item victor in
Caliste,
terms. We say GG.
you know what would be hilarious? If we get a Caliste interview. I want a Caliste interview. I want the Caliste interview where he says, I am top 10 AP carry bot lane player in the world. I want him to say that in the interview, bro. He would win so much aura points in my book.
You walk back into the bush to get away from Hope. Hope will flash to kill the Syndra, and this is where he knows he's got the damage to outplay the spacing on those Varus spells. It was beautiful.
It's looking very winnable.
This is the best Western Victor right here, bro.
AG.AL, a lot of the fans, a lot of the analysts came in and said it's probably the best matchup for them. And they were damn right. KC on Soul Point. KC found another fight.
All MSI teams just airport speed running.
Here in this game. The question is, can they get it across the line? It has been that Shen ulti to be feared, but even in that long fight, KC still found a way.
What if Caliste just didn't sleep at all? He just was awake for like 164 hours during MSI. He was like time efficiency maxing.
Consistent damage that has to stay alive for AG.AL to win those fights, as Hope is playing more for lethality. Poke Varus, Shen is there to sure do damage, but primarily he is the guy who's creating space for his team. So if Shanks goes down for AG.AL, KC have been winning those fights very easily.
Nice. BLG is like a $6 million team. D Plus is a $0 team.
More pressure, they're going to have to go deal with that, but the vision cleared out outside of that scuttle crab. Puts a little bit more emphasis on KC, needing to keep eyes around this purple worm. Flandre's ulti is up and available again, level 16 as well. So we have the full evolved form. Minute 30 till that Drake. That is Soul Point for KC, and it is an Ocean Soul for that Victor.
A lot of critical items have been completed here from KC. I'm looking at the Seekers, which is going to be super important for Caliste. Okay, alive Tarzan's making a play.
We get Victor POV.
Victor POV.
Caliste in the 1v5, really.
Caliste Criminel positioning. They're jumping him with the Jarvan ult. No! Save Victor! Save Caliste Criminel! Oh, they paid such a big cost. The Storm lived on, and that's GG! Damn! What a game from Caliste Criminel. Caliste Criminel. Caliste Criminel, what a game from Caliste. Fair play. What a crazy day of quarterfinals. They can't end, of course they can end. Jayce one-shots.
The next will follow suit. KC, they set underdogs, but in game one, held the torch.
My lord.
Raised it up high and sink their teeth.
My lord, how is this possible? What's happening on this day? What is happening on this day? The crowd goes absolutely crazy.
Standing up to cheer for KC.